Hey guys, what is up? It is your boy Lorsy Loves You here, and I'm back with my main man T-Man VGC,
What's up, guys?
and we are here to bring you our this is not our very first team builder, but our third team builder video, and we are playing against Team Subs.
Yeah, that's
And
Calum and Luke. Yeah.
It's a pretty decent team. They have Callum and Game Boy Luke.
Yep.
Two pretty well-known guys, and they do battling stuff on their channels as well, and like Nuzlocke and stuff. So they have a good understanding of the game. And we did take a loss last week against Shofu and Duncan, and I know T-Man and I really want to take the next upcoming matches seriously. And yeah, looking at their team, they have the Mega Lucario, the Clefable, Mew, Hitmontop, Crobat Raichu, Dredagon, Shiftry, and Seismitoad, and the Typhlosion. So right off the bat, like I'm really scared of the Typhlosion and the Mew and Lucario. Like those three are pretty scary for our team. Like Mew being having access to its own Z move, and Mega Lucario just hitting hard, and Typhlosion with the choice card for Eruption's shenanigans and stuff. And our team isn't so defensive to the point that it could we could play around it as well, but we need to have a team that has a great resists around those three, I believe.
Yeah, and obviously since they have their Crobat as a form of speed control, we just to make sure that if the Crobat does get going, we don't get overwhelmed by those threats that you mentioned, the Mew, the Lucario, and the Typhlosion specifically. So I think we have a pretty good game plan this week, though.
Yeah. So would you like to introduce our team, Tom?
Yeah, so we're bringing the Venusaur Blastoise preferably as leads this week with Metagross, Landorus, Darmanitan, and Pheromosa in the back. And then Oricorio and Ninetales should be coming to team preview, but we don't plan on bringing them. I don't think there's anything that would really make us want to bring them, except for maybe, I guess Typhlosion not showing up in team preview might make us bring Ninetales instead.
Yeah. Definitely see that.
Yeah, so with that being said, we're going to return to our week one strategy. You see the Venusaur and the Blastoise here. We are going to go with the same exact sets as that week one, just with not with Terry MZ on the Blastoise. We're going to run Wikiberry since having Blastoise being able to take lots of hits from their team, stuff like the Genesis Supernova from the Mew, the Big Z move there, and then we can also take things like Specs Raikou, Thunderbolt if this had to go that route. Just being able to have Blastoise on the field for a good amount of time, just being able to. We're actually going to run Follow Me. I have Fake Out on the thing, but yeah, we're definitely going to be running Follow Me, just to try and take the damage off of the the Venusaur if they do go for something like Genesis Supernova. And then if we get the Pledge combination off, there's no solid Trick Room mode for them, unlike the Jamies. The Jamies had a Trick Room option. We had to respect that. So we didn't get to pull off the Pledges in that match. The Swamp would have been pretty devastating for us if we did pull it off. But unless the Mew here goes for Trick Room, which I really don't expect because a lot of their Trick Room mode gets beat by our Venusaur. So I think in that case, we're going to probably see not a Trick Room mode, but probably a mode based around Tailwind and Crobat. So with that being said, I think we can pretty safely try and get Pledges going. With the only thing that would really be stopping us would be something like Genesis Supernova from that Mew knocking out our Venusaur before we got Pledges up. And we have switch-ins if Venusaur is on the field on turn 1, and so is Mew. But if the situation presents itself on turn 1, going for Grass Pledge and Water Pledge would be absolutely huge. Our spreads are pretty cool.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
There, we could kind of just play in a way where we don't have to go aggressive. It depends on what they bring, though.
Yeah, it depends on the lead a lot too, because we can always do Fire Off Sleep Powders if we're already ahead and we're afraid of them switching into good positions. As long as we have speed control, we have a lot of options. We can go into other parts of our team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what my idea was, the Pledges. Once we get the speed control down, more options open up for us. So yeah, I like that idea. I think bulky Blastoise is definitely the play against their team.
Yeah, that's something you were really high on in team building this team. Definitely very high on the Blastoise. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I think we're just gonna keep rolling with our assault vest landers this week. It's just been so good every week, and I don't see that really changing this week at all. No reason to run superpowers since as we look at their team, the only thing on the team that really gets hit by superpower is that Mega Lucario and the Shifter to an extent, but we have Earthquake and U-Turn to hit them respectively. So we have a lot of things covered there. Earthquake is going to be huge to deal with the Typhlosion. I think that's one of the biggest threats that I'm afraid of, the Mew and the Typhlosion. So being able to Earthquake that's going to be absolutely huge. And then across from that, we have the Metagross. And their Clefable could pose a little bit of an issue to us if they have one of the threats that we named next to it. So being able to deal with that as quickly as possible is absolutely huge. And if we can get a Course Crush onto it, Course Crash, whatever it is, onto the Clefable early, that'd be really, really nice. It also gives us a way to hit the Mew really, really hard early on in the game. So uh, Metagross is a really, really good Pokemon there. Also, you also brought this up that I didn't want to bring Metagross at first, but it hits so much of their team hard if we deal with the Typhlosion. Hits the Crobat, the Hitmontop, does good damage to the Raikou, can hit the Mega Lucario, so definitely a strong mon if we can take care of the Typhlosion, which is definitely its biggest threat to it. Seismitoad also can do some decent damage to it as well, but I think we have a pretty decent matchup there if we are able to handle it. Then it's Darmanitan and Pheromosa. So, like, there's no reason not to keep running out with that Scarf Darmanitan. I think that so far it's been a little bit underwhelming, but that's only because I don't think we've put it in the best situations. So against the Jamies, it was already like a game over situation when we brought it on the field. And then
Which I think is fair though, because like I think we want Darm. Basically, we want Darm to kind of clean up our mess
yeah,
if anything goes wrong. And like against the Jamies, it worked well. Against like if they had different items like Shofu and Duncan, like we played it. We played that end game to the best of our ability. Like even though like we were in a bad situation, I felt like me and Tommy, regardless of like losing, like we played that end game really well.
yeah, not knowing the items kind of sucked there, and that was a really smart. Like the Electric Seed with the Unburden was not something I had thought about originally, but it was like a really, really smart play from them. And then the Scarf Coco, I'm still like a little bit like intrigued about because like it was really, really good for that situation. And if they were really, really scared of the Darmanitan, which I think they were, that was like really, really good by them. So like Darmanitan just being a monitor team that like kind of got countered last week with Duncan and Shofu, and then it just like wasn't necessary against the Jamies. So I think we're gonna keep rolling out with Scarf while it still looks like to be the best option since again it's the same thing every single week. So many things on the team subs gets like blown up by the Darmanitan if we're able to get into the correct situations. So I think one of the things will be whether or not we're gonna bring it in early in the game or late in the game since a lot of the time we want to save it and maybe want to like win the game with it, whereas maybe we don't need to. Maybe we can just like bring in at a time, just get a bunch of knockouts, and then, or maybe a knockout that's like very, very important or two, and then let it go down. But as long as it's taking the big chunk of damage that we need in the process, then it's doing its job essentially. So like the Mega Lucario, Clefable doesn't take hits well from it. Mew doesn't take hits well from it. Pretty much everything down to that Druddigon and Seismitoad, and then of course the probably Flash Fire Typhlosion. So all of those things take a lot of damage from Flare Blitz, and most of them actually just clean knocked out by it. So don't necessarily need to bring Ninetales this week. The only one that it really matters for, I believe, is Mew. But like we said, we can do big damage to the Mew. If we get any sort of chip damage on the Mew as well, that can also go down to Flare Blitz. So definitely a pretty strong bring even without the Ninetales this week. And then the last one is Pheromosa that we're going to bring. And the only thing I'm regretting maybe on the Pheromosa is we don't have Ice Beam to deal with the Crobat. We don't have a lot of damaging options for the Crobat, but everything else on the team it does get hit very, very hard by the Pheromosa. Low kick can knock out the Lucario. Jab hits the Clefable really, really hard, as well as U-turn doing big damage to things like their Shift Tree and their Mew. So as long as we're able to get good damage on these things with Pheromosa, I think we'll be in a good spot. We could have gone for something like High Jump Kick to maybe push for a knockout on Typhlosion, but I think the risk of missing High Jump Kick is a lot higher. And a lot of the situations that Pheromosa gets put into, I think that if it attacks into a Protect or misses High Jump Kick, then we get sent back so far that I'm not sure if we can recover. So low kick is just the safer option this week, and I think we're both pretty like happy with that. But yeah. Besides that, though, Oricorio is just there as a form of speed control. We have Helping Hand on it. Like, it's not really going to be doing much besides setting Tailwind, but being able to sit next to something and click Helping Hand next to it is pretty good. Formosa and Landorus are both targets that really like Helping Hand, especially with Landorus being able to Earthquake next to Oricorio if we do have to bring it. And then, of course, Ninetales being the other slot gives us a Sun mode if we want to. Actually, I have Overgrowth Venusaur in the base as well. It's going to be Chlorophyll, just in case we do bring the Ninetales. But, yeah, we have a bit of a weird set on that Ninetales. Flame Charge just gives us an extra form of, like, pseudo-speed control. If we get a Flame Charge up, then we should be able to KO something with Furium Z, Overheat, and Sun. It's kind of like a one-time nuke that we can kind of set up by getting faster than something like the Crobat or the... did I have anything faster? It was mainly the Crobat and Lucario. Yeah, that's the Lucario, so... if we can outspeed those and Furium Z those, then we should be in a decent spot if we want to bring the Ninetales. But I think, like we said, Ninetales and Oricorio will probably stay behind. I think the other Mons are pretty set in their roles, and I think that we have a good shot against them this week. The pretty much straightforward game plan is just have Venusaur and Blastoise out, try and set pledges if we can. If we can, then we can go into Metagross and Landorus, the two slower Mons in our team, and try and do lots of damage with them. If it doesn't exactly work out, then maybe we can go into Darmanitan and Pheromosa. We still have fast Mons that can deal a lot of damage even if we don't get speed control. So it should be a relatively versatile plan. We might be able to adapt to whatever Kingdom and Luke try to throw at us. And we'll see exactly how much we have to adjust during our gameplay, since that's the main thing. It's like we don't know exactly what they're going to throw at us. We don't know where their Z moves are going to be, although we have a pretty good idea. Then we said we thought we were going to be on the Mew with Genesis Supernova, of course. And then the Crobat potentially with Supersonic Sky Strike to take out the Venusaur. So, pretty straightforward game plan. And I think we should be able to play with this without any like distractions in the team preview. I think it's a pretty set goal.
Yeah. All right. I think that we did a decent job in building like every week, honestly. Tommy basically, but. I think that I'm confident in us, and we just got to bounce back. We'll be fine. We'll be in the top. So
yeah,
Shofu and Duncan can have that, win.
Oh, are you changing your avatar because you lost to Shofu?
Oh shoot, I forgot. I definitely have to do that. But yeah, I'm changing it. But when we play them in like the finals and we win, like it's coming back. And Shofu, yeah, we're changing that avatar up, boy. But yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything. No?
Yep.
Yeah. So I hope you guys are excited for the match between us and Team Subs. It'll be uploaded on Team and VGC's channel. I'll be linking it down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you guys do, you guys can also follow their Discord, the fan Discord chat. It'll be in the description below. It was nice. T-Man, thank you for helping hashtag Team Drinking Breaks with your amazing spreads and thought process.
Try my best.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I have to say. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. And me and Tommy are pretty. I think Tommy's been in the YouTube scene longer than me. I'm not too sure, but
not very much.
Yeah, not so much, but I'm pretty new to this, and it's actually been really cool to have support outside of the VGC community and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Thank you guys.
Yep. And I think that's it from me as well. Thank you so much, guys. And I just want to see if we can try and bounce back from last week, try and make you guys proud. So as long as we do that, I'll be happy, and we'll see if we can take this W over Team Subs.
All right. Well, see you guys Saturday?
Saturday it is.
Saturday at Tommy's channel around 3?
3 Eastern time.
EST. So be sure to watch out. And be sure to have the notification set up. What is it called again? Push notification set up for Tommy when he does upload that battle. So bye guys. Thank you.
See you.